Hello, hello, hello. How to get our domain, how to use it, how to work with social networks, which other features .art prepared for us. So it will be very interesting. Okay, I guess we are ready to start. We are here, a lot of people. Okay, a lot of people here. Hi, hi. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm founder and CEO of Teachers Arts Management, who is organizing this webinar. And we are doing what we are doing already for 20 years. And I'm producer of international cultural and art events. I'm an art educator. I teach art business, international art PR, and different technical stuff for art startups. I'm mentor for several accelerators working with culture and art. And I'm very happy that you're here and we can share our experience working with .art domains. And I'm very happy to introduce Jeff Sass. He's a Chief Marketing Officer of Art Domains, and he is the author of Everything I Know About Business and Marketing I Learned from the Toxic Avenger. And I'm ready already to read this book because it's very interesting to learn everything about business and marketing. And Jeff has over 40 years of experience in technology and entertainment industries, and has co-founded several startups related also to culture and new technologies. He's a frequent speaker and panelist on domain names, mobile marketing, digital music, entrepreneurship, social media, and all related to these topics. And his articles you can see in Forbes, DMN News, Mobile Marketer, I Made a Connection, and other international business newspapers. And Jeff, hi. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. And I'm very happy to give the microphone to you.
Okay, great. So that I will thank you, Anna, so much for that nice introduction. Clearly, my reputation exceeds me. So let me share my screen, and in a moment I will start my presentation. Put my slides together, and there we go. Excellent. So thank you, everyone. I'm really very pleased to have the opportunity to speak to you today. I'm going to talk to you a lot about .art domains, give you some of the history of .art domains, talk about different ways you can utilize a .art domain and how it can be beneficial to you, especially as artists and people connected to the art world. And then at the end, I'll also demonstrate how you can create a website in 2 minutes with our free website builder, and then also introduce you to our brand new ID.art platform. And I will share a live demo of that platform as well. So I'll get started by asking a question. I like to ask this question. What does Sharon Stone, Hauser and Wirth, Mercedes-Benz, and Marina Abramovic all have in common? They all use a .art domain. Every one of them is one of our adopters. Sharon Stone, the actress, has recently been reinventing herself as a painter with SharonStone.art. Click here. And Hauser Wirth, one of the top galleries in the world, uses HauserWirth.art to celebrate their 30 years. Mercedes-Benz has Mercedes-Benz.art, and actually that's where they promote their corporate art collection. They have quite a large art collection, believe it or not, even though they're a car manufacturer. And the Maria Abramovic Institute uses MII.art. So all of those disparate people are users of the .art domain name. And .art, as you may know, is one of the many new domain extensions that were introduced over the past few years. And what's interesting about the introduction of these new domain extensions is many of them, like .art, add meaning and context to a domain name. So many domains like .com are very generic, so you don't really know what they mean. But .art, as soon as someone uses a .art domain, it adds value, it adds meaning, it adds context to whatever is to the left of the dot. So we're very excited. .art has done very well. As you know, with most domains, you can register domains at registrars all over the world. And so you can get your .art domain literally anywhere you can register a domain name. We have our own flagship store at get.art, but we're also available on over 250 registrars worldwide. So your local domain name registrar offers .art domains. So we're accessible everywhere. And we've done very well since we launched. .art launched in 2017, in May of 2017. We're coming up on our 7th birthday very shortly. And we have over 250,000 active users in our community. And we're very proud of every one of them. And I'll show you some examples in a few moments. Also, we're very technically oriented, and .art is Web3 capable. So you can take the same .art domain name and use it as normal for your website, for your email. And you can also connect that same domain to a crypto wallet in Web3, or to an NFT or some other asset in Web3 if you're interested in doing so. So it's very interesting. Basically, the domain is future-proof, and you can use it at the same time, the same domain, both in Web2 and Web3. And we like to develop services to help all artists grow and expand their business. And I'll show 2 of those services to you today with our free website builder and our ID.art platform. So I'm very excited to share that with you. And then it's important to know that when you support .art, you're also supporting the charitable art therapy initiative. So we take a portion of our revenue to support raising awareness around the healing powers of art. And we believe very strongly that art is important. And this is very much a personal mission of ours. This is Medina Kasimova. Medina is the daughter of the .art founders, the oldest daughter, and she's a very talented artist. But when she was young, she had some difficulties with speech and communication. And actually, she found her voice literally through art. Art was a very important part of her healing. And today she's a very successful young artist. And I'll talk more about her art when I give the demonstration. So she really was the inspiration behind us putting our charitable efforts behind spreading the healing powers of art. So the Art Therapy Initiative is kind of our social good and charitable effort. We've already committed to a $1 million scholarship fund at George Washington University in Washington, D.C. for graduate studies in art therapy. They actually have the oldest art therapy education program in the U.S. It's over 60 years old, and we sponsor a scholarship for graduate studies in art therapy there as part of our support for the healing powers of art. So when you support .art, you're also supporting that very important and very good initiative. I want to give just some examples of the widespread reach the .art community has, literally from very famous artists and institutions to up-and-coming art fans and artists and students and everyone in between. Virtually every aspect of the art world is touched by .art users, and these are just some big examples. I mentioned Web3, AI is very popular now. There's some really exciting .art adopters in the AI space and generative AI. You may have heard of Pika.art. They recently are on their way to becoming a unicorn. They raised $55 million at a very high valuation. It's a text to video AI platform. There's a lot of platforms in the NFT space that use .art, OG.art, and many others. So these are just some examples of .art adopters in the Web3 and AI space. Art galleries, every time we go to an art fair, we go to Art Basel, we go to Miami Art Week, we go to the Armory Show and Frieze, and it's always very exciting to have a chance to speak to some of the galleries that are using .art. I mentioned Hauser and Wirth, but Nara Rosler in Latin America, some of the top art galleries around the world use a .art domain name as their web address as well. Also, many biennales and art fairs use .art. And again, most of these are all organic. We don't have direct relationships with them. These are just art fairs and biennales who understand the value of using a .art domain. It makes them extremely recognizable. Everyone knows it's art. And so these are just an example of some of the art fairs and biennales that are also part of the .art community. And as you can see, all over the world, from China to Australia to Canada to the UK, Romania, Austria, the Netherlands, literally worldwide. So it's very exciting that the group here today is also a very global audience, because art is everywhere and .art is everywhere. One of the interesting things about the oh, let me get rid of this, sorry. Close this, hide this. Let me get this out of the way. I hear it was overlapping. Sorry about that. There we go. In the art world, there's no central body that you can join that says you're an artist, right? You know, if you're a realtor and sell real estate, you can join the Realtor Association and you can say you're a realtor. But in the art world, there is no such organization. Artists are self-declared. You're an artist because you say you're an artist, right? And if you want to share that with the world, if you want everyone to know that you are serious and you are an artist, there's no better way to declare that than by having a .art domain. When you choose a .art domain, then immediately people know that you are an artist. You know, it could be on your business card with your email address. It could be in your web address. Sorry. So having that .art domain is really the best way to declare to the world that you are an artist. And having that digital identity really is important in other ways too, just from a pure business perspective. When your online ID is with a .art domain, you're going to have some significant organic SEO benefits when someone is searching for you and searching for art. And you stand out as the artist or the art-related business when there are similar names. So for example, JaneDoe.com literally could be anything. I have no idea what Jane Doe does, but JaneDoe.art immediately tells me that that's the artist Jane Doe. That's someone who's involved in the art world. So it really does establish your position and adds value to your name by using .art. The same thing for businesses, right? Plaza.com could be anything. There's lots of different meanings of the word plaza, but plaza.art, you're immediately going to think of the art supply chain that's called Plaza. So having that .art domain not only lets you declare your association with the arts in kind of an official way, but it also has some real benefits in search and SEO and people identifying and finding you more easily. When we think about the domain names, and some of you may already have a domain and you're asking yourself, well, I already have a different domain name, you know, why would I also want a .art domain name? And actually with .art, it's not necessarily an either or, it's an and. It's something you can use in addition to what you're doing. And there's a number of different ways you can use a .art domain. So I want to quickly walk through 8 different ways you can use a .art domain. So of course, the primary way is to use it as your primary brand. Use it as your web address, use it as the primary brand for your web address, just like simplify.art does. And that's a pretty obvious and straightforward way to use your .art domain. Make it your primary brand. But maybe you also want to use it separately, and you can use it as an e-commerce site for your art. So you might have a separate website for other things, but you want to set up your site where you sell your art on your .art domain. So it can be an e-commerce site to sell your artwork like Artly does. Another way is to really put your portfolio online. Use it as a portfolio website. So you might have another website or your business website, but if you want a dedicated place to show off your artwork, having your .art domain as your portfolio is a great way to do it. I mentioned before Mercedes-Benz, right? Mercedes-Benz.com is their website for their cars and their automotive business. But if you go to Mercedes-Benz.art, they're showing off their art collection. They have a very massive and very valuable art collection, and they show that off. Their portfolio website is at Mercedes-Benz.art. So that's another way to use your .art domain. Also, if you have a bigger website, but you have a section of your website that talks about your art-related activities, that's another way you can use .art to redirect or point to that section of your website. A great example of that is the Bank of America. So Bank of America is a huge bank in the US. They have a large website at bankofamerica.com, but they also have an art-related business, and they have a section of their website on arts and culture that talks about all of the ways they support the arts. And so instead of having people go to their homepage at bankofamerica.com and try to figure out where the art section is, when they're promoting their art-related businesses, they simply use bankofamerica.art and the shorter BOFA.art to link directly to that section of their website. So they basically created a shortcut that goes right to the art-related section of their website. Makes it easier for people to find the art-related side of their business. So you can use .art as a link to an art-related section of a bigger website. Also, it's great for a special project around the arts. Another automotive company, Porsche, obviously Porsche.com, that's their website for their automotive business. But Porsche as well has been very involved in different artistic installations around the world. And they set up a separate website. So if you go to Porsche.art, it's a separate website about the art of dreams, where they highlight many installations they've been involved with around the world, from Singapore to other countries. And this is all art-related activities of Porsche. And it's a completely different website from their .com automotive business. So they can use .art as a separate page for a special art-related project. And of course, many companies will use a .art. And if they already have a long established website, they can link it to their existing URL. But there are still many benefits to using the .art name when it comes up in search results and for marketing purposes, because LACMA, the Los Angeles Contemporary Museum of Art, LACMA.com is their website. So they have LACMA.art, and it points to LACMA.org, I should say, excuse me. But when you see LACMA.org, LACMA could stand for a lot of different things. I wouldn't necessarily know that that was the art museum, but when I see LACMA.art, I immediately know that that's going to be the Los Angeles Contemporary Museum of Art, because the .art gives context to those letters that otherwise don't necessarily mean anything. So even when you're redirecting to an existing URL, from a marketing perspective, there are a lot of benefits to using that .art domain, and it adds significant value. I mentioned Web3. So yes, you can use that same .art domain at the same time to point to IPFS content in Web3 or point it to a crypto wallet. It's interesting because if you're an artist and you are interested in selling your work and accepting payments in crypto, literally you can use the same name as your website to accept those payments. So if someone goes to your website, your .art website, you can tell, if you want to buy this painting and pay me in crypto, send that payment to the same web address that you're at on the website. And that gives a level of confidence to the buyer, because they know they're sending money to janedoe.art, and I'm on janedoe.art website. I know the money's going to Jane Doe, as opposed to sending that to some crypto wallet address, which is a long string of random numbers that can be easily mistyped. And if you make a mistake and send money to the wrong wallet in the Web3 world, there's no way to recover that money. So using that .art domain as your crypto wallet address is very valuable. And finally, you can also link to a social media page. It's very interesting in Instagram, which is very popular. There's quite a lot of artists who are using Instagram as their portfolio. They put all of their artwork on Instagram. They don't want to have a website. But if you're doing that, even if you're doing that, there's a lot of benefits to getting your .art domain and redirecting it to your Instagram page. Right now, if you're telling people, oh, look for me on Instagram, they're going to go to Instagram and they're going to search. They're going to see all different search results. They might get distracted by someone else. They might see a different artist. They might be confused because maybe someone else has a similar name to you. But if you tell people, if you want to see my portfolio, go to yourname.art and have that point right to your Instagram page, you're literally creating a tunnel that goes right to your page with no distractions. And that's what Anna Dragomir does. So AnnaDragomir.art points right to her Instagram page. And there's no confusion. And again, you also have the benefits of search. When people are searching for you, AnnaDragomir.art is going to come up higher in search results than your Instagram page would on its own, because the domain name is going to be indexed better by Google. Plus, if one day Instagram says, hey, we're going to start charging you now money for your followers or whatever, and you decide, you know what, I don't want to use Instagram anymore for my portfolio. I want to start a website, or I want to go to another social platform. You don't have to tell people where to find you. They already know. They just go to anadragomir.art and you can change where that points. So it's very smart to use a domain name to point to your social media account, even if you don't want to use it for a website. And for .art, with the visual platforms like Instagram, it's extremely powerful. So that's another use case for your .art domains, to point it to your Instagram page. So those are 8 different ways you can use the .art domain. So it doesn't mean you have to have it as your primary website, although hundreds of thousands of people already do that, but there are a lot of different use cases for a .art domain. I want to talk for a minute about when you become part of the .art community, like all of our users already. We do a lot of branding and marketing support, and we really like to highlight the people who are using a .art domain. So we have a very popular ambassador program. Anna is part of our ambassador program, as you see. So we have .art ambassadors all over the world. These are artists, these are galleries, these are art managers who are part of the .art community, who help us evangelize .art to their communities. So we have an ambassador program. We try to give our artists a platform to promote themselves. So every month we do a Meet the .artists webinar, and actually we're starting to do these in other countries and other languages. Next week there'll be one in Spanish language featuring Spanish artists. We're planning to do one in French and other locations in other languages. But here we give 4 or 5 artists who are using .art a platform to present themselves, present their art. We stream this live through various channels, and then the recording lives on. So this is another way we try to support the artists who are using a .art domain. So when you become part of our community, you might be able to be a participant in one of these webinars. We also do paid media that features .art adopters. So we've had articles in publications like Colossal and Hyperallergic that mention different .art adopters. So when you're part of our community, you can potentially be featured in some of this media. We also published a book this year. Actually, we published it towards the end of last year, .art Odyssey, The Art of the Future. And this book is written by and contains articles by and about all different people from the .art community. It's a really great bit of content. There's articles about AI, there's articles about the healing powers of art. There's some articles from some famous people like the reviewer Jerry Sauls. And this is a publication we put out, and as part of the .art community, you have the opportunity to potentially be featured or be a contributor in this publication. It's available on Amazon.com in softcover, hardcover, and Kindle format. You can find it at getthebook.art. And we're working currently on next year's edition, which will be published this year in October. And the focus of that edition is on success. So the next edition will talk about how to be successful with art, how to make yourself successful in both spreading and selling your artwork, building your brand. And we're taking submissions now. So if you're part of the .art community, you also can have an opportunity to contribute content or be featured in the success edition of the .art Odyssey publication. So we're working on that right now. And then finally, we sponsor every year the Digital Innovation in Art Award. This is an award that actually you don't have to be part of the .art community to apply for the award. We're just looking for businesses or individuals that are doing interesting things in the convergence of digital innovation in art, so art and technology primarily. This award is part of a big ceremony hosted by GT Bullhound, which is a venture capitalist in the UK. It's kind of like the Oscars of the tech world. And every year we give out the Digital Innovation in Art Award. This past year, we had 2 winners. One of them was Well of Art, and that's a picture of the Well of Art founder receiving his award during the ceremony there. So that's another thing we do, again, to support the community. So that's some things that we do to support .art. We've told you about why you should get a .art domain, how it can add value. We also offer a free website builder, and literally in 2 minutes, you can have your whole portfolio online with your .art website. So I'm going to catch my breath for a moment and play a short video that shows how the website builder works. So as you can see, it's extremely easy to use. So this is available for free to anyone who registers their name at get.art. You can have the website builder for free. You can set it up literally in a minute or two after you get your domain name. There's a couple of different templates you can choose from. There's a number of different ways you can customize it with more information about yourself, contact information, biography, links to your social platforms, etc. So that's a free website builder to really put your portfolio together very quickly. If you're interested in something more robust that has a lot more features, we just launched in beta our ID.art platform. And I'm going to give you a demonstration right now of ID.art. So ID.art can function as your portfolio website, but it also has a number of other features that are more robust. You can create professional digital and printed certificates of authenticity for each of your works of art. It really becomes your digital hub for all of your art online. It integrates with other services. You can link to your social platforms or to other marketplaces where you might be selling your artwork. You can mint NFTs and share them in NFT marketplaces right from within the platform. There's IP rights protection built in, online V-card. It's very easy to manage your collections. So there's a lot of interesting features built into the ID.art platform. And basically ID.art serves as the global art register, because when you register each of your items in ID.art, you get a dedicated web page for that item with all of the provenance information. So let's go to ID.art live, and I will show it to you. Drag this in here. All right, and go full screen. And I'm going to sign in real quick because it'll be easy to do the demo signed in. So this is ID.art, and I'm going to first show you in our gallery, I'm going to show you one of the artists. I mentioned her earlier, Medina Kasimova, because she has quite a nice profile here. And then afterwards, I'll show you what it looks behind the scenes on my account so you can see what the dashboard looks like. So this is what someone's coming in. So this is in the gallery of all the different artists using it. I'm going to go to Medina's profile. So as you can see, you can have a profile for yourself. You can put as many artworks as you like into the platform. So you can see she has quite a few items. Each page has a dedicated QR code that's generated automatically. So you can share this QR code, which will link to her profile page. And as you'll see, each individual work of art gets its own dedicated QR code as well. And that's all generated automatically. You don't have to do a thing. You can have your about section, which is created as a V card that you can share. So all of your artist statement and your information is here. And this can be downloaded or shared. If I click the share button, sorry, go back to that. If I click the share button, you'll see it opens up a way for me to share that from my device. That QR code, again, will point to all this information. So all of that is created dynamically. And then for each of your works of art, there's quite a bit of information. As you can see, you can decide if something is available for sale or not. It notes if there's an NFT available. Visitors can like a particular image. And I'm going to go to one image that I kind of like, Igor. Let me scroll down to Igor here, because he's got some really good information. So if I go to Igor, let's go to this particular image now. So you'll see that this image has its own dedicated web page. So every item you put up has a web address at ID.art. And that way it's a third level domain, which means you don't have to pay any annual renewal fees. If you register yourname.art, every year you have to pay a renewal fee. When it's yourname.id.art, that's completely free. You don't have to pay for renewal. So each work of art has that dedicated web page. So this is the web page for this particular work of art. And I'll just scroll down for a minute. As you can see, you can share the story about this particular work of art. All of the provenance information following the object ID standard is down here as well. So you can see the title, when it was made, what the materials are, what the size is, oil on canvas. All of that information is here with the image itself. Plus, what's really interesting, in most platforms where you share an image, that's all you can share. Here, because it's a dedicated web page for that item, you can share all sorts of additional information. So if I click If I click on the item, sorry, let me go big here. Sorry, I picked the wrong button. Here we go. I have to make it bigger. If I go here, you can see that I can share not only the item itself, but I can show the story behind it. So I can share images, the sketches that I did before I created the painting. Here's a picture of the back of the canvas, so you know that it's real. You can even share video of the art being created. So here, I'll go back to that video again. You can have actually video of you creating the item, or if you wanted to do kind of a reel. So you could see video of the item being created, or any other content you want to share. You could share files, you could share videos. And that's really interesting because there's no better way to tell the story behind a work of art, and the value of art comes a lot from the story. So it's really powerful to be able to have that. And then for each image here, you can have information here. If I want the certificate of authenticity, I can download the certificate of authenticity for that item. And you'll see, you can open it up here and you'll see, here's the certificate of authenticity, and I'll show you how these can be customized when I go into my account. So this is created automatically for each image that you upload. It has all of the provenance information here, just like I showed you before, the story behind the artwork. Here's going to be a link to the web page. So that's that address I showed you at id.art. And here's a QR code that will link right to the page for that item. So this is a really beautiful certificate of authenticity that gets created for each item automatically, and you can actually customize it. You can see that if there are NFTs available for this work, if I click on NFTs, I can go to OpenSea or Rarible. I'll click that link and it'll take me right to that item on Rarible in this case, which is a popular platform and marketplace for NFTs. And what's interesting is, without you having to do anything, all of the information that you put in at id.art is shared here automatically. So here's the description you saw, all of the properties of the item, the object ID information, all of that is transferred automatically over to Rarible. So it's very powerful in that way, as you can see. So that's all done for you automatically. Then if you want to have a price, you could have a price listed. If you want a price on request, there's also a contact form that's built in. So if I'm interested in this, I can send a message and that will go right to the account holder, and it's specific to this image. So I know that this person was interested in that work of art. They might ask a question, how much is it, whatever, but now I can have a line of communication. So all of these things are created automatically for you at id.art. As you can see, it's quite powerful. So now I'm going to go back to my account and show you what it's like behind the scenes. That was what it's like for someone visiting and looking at her account. Now I'm going to log in and show you behind the scenes what the dashboard looks like. Now, I'm not much of an artist myself, but I have a 10-year-old grandson who I think is talented. So I'm using id.art for his artwork. So these are some examples of my grandson's artwork. So this is my dashboard behind the scenes. So of course I can put all the about information here. And it's very easy to create a new twin. If you want to create and upload, you'll just decide what you want to do, and you can upload anything from your computer here, and then you add all the information relative to it, and then that's stored as we talked about. So all that's very straightforward to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go back to my control panel. So that's easy to add a new collection. I'll just go through some of the features here really quick. So if I want to create a collection, this is a very powerful feature. So let's say you have 20 or 30 or 40 or more works of art, but you want to submit just a handful of them to a fair or to a gallery. Instead of having to go on your hard drive and figure out where it is, you can simply create a new collection. So I'm going to create a collection from my twins, and then you select the works of art you're interested in. So I want to send these three to a gallery. Click next. I can name it. I'll name it gallery. I could type and spell. I could add a description if I wanted to. I'm not going to bother now. And then create, and it'll create a collection. And then I can preview that collection. And then, of course, I can now share this collection with a QR code and a link to that gallery, and they'll get to this page which just has, they'll get to a page that just has that collection on it. So it's a very powerful tool to share just a limited number of your works when you have a lot of works added to your account. Back to my control panel. So I think collections is really powerful. I mentioned NFTs. So you can actually create an NFT right from within the platform. I'll show you very quickly how easy that is to do. So these are some artwork. So if I want to mint an NFT, I'm going to mint it for twins. So I have to choose which one. So if I want to make an NFT of this colorful monkey, click next. I have to connect my wallet. I should have done that in advance, but actually this is, let me connect my wallet. I want to do it manually because I want to show you something interesting here. Remember I said that you can use your .art domain to connect to your wallet. So I've done that. So my name, so instead of having to use that QR code and connect my MetaMask wallet in a complicated fashion, I'm going to just type jeffsass.art, which I have connected to my MetaMask wallet, and then next. And now I'm connected. That's simply, my wallet is now connected. So that NFT, when I create it, will go into my wallet. So I can create a new NFT collection or use an existing one. I'll just use an existing one for now. Click next. And there's the colorful monkey. I can decide how many NFTs I want to make. So I'm going to make 2 of them. Next, so I'm going to create 2 NFTs. And then you get to choose which network, which blockchain you can use. So right now it's Ethereum, and this is what it's going to cost me. It's going to cost $3.64 in Ethereum. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this shows me the amount. Now, what's interesting is you can pay with a credit card. So it's connected to my wallet, but I have payment options, and I can go ahead and actually use a stored credit card. So you don't have to have crypto to do it. So I'll use one of my stored credit cards, and I'll proceed to checkout. And you'll see it's going to cost me $3.64. So I'm going to go ahead and mint those NFTs. And that's that. So there, my NFTs are being minted, and then they'll show up in my account. And then at the same time as they show up in my account as NFTs, they'll also show up on Rarible and OpenSea, as I showed you before. So that happens right away. Let me show you how the certificates of authenticity work as well. So if I click on the COA, so if you have a pro account, you can customize your certificate of authenticity. So here's the preview of what it will look like, but you can go ahead and change the orientation. If I wanted to do it landscape instead of portrait, I can change the paper size. I can change the background colors. I can upload a logo if I want. I can put some text next to the logo, etc. I can upload my signature. So there's all these things I can do to customize that certificate of authenticity. And then you can also decide if that certificate is available for anyone who comes to your page, or if you want to only make it available on request. So that way, if you're actually selling your artwork and you only want to give that certificate of authenticity to the person who bought your artwork, you're able to control that from your dashboard as well. So that's how the certificates of authenticity work. Also, I mentioned domains. So you can have your .art domain pointing to your profile page. So Medina does that. If you go to medina.art, it goes to her ID.art profile page, and you can actually do that from within ID.art. So if you click on domains, you can actually register a new domain right here, or if you already have a .art domain, you can connect your existing domain right to your page in ID.art. So this is very easy to do right from within the account. And then status is where you can see where each work of art, what you've done for it. So here's where I can control. If I want to set the price, I can set the price, different currencies. I can decide to show the price or have it listed as price on request. I can turn for sale on or off. So now it's not for sale, now it's for sale. So all of this stuff can be managed right here from your dashboard. So it's very easy to do. And again, you can connect all of your social accounts. So you can connect the domain, as I mentioned, create a new collection, mint NFT, IP rights protection. So you can actually have your provenance information backed up on the blockchain. So this is a service, there's a fee attached to this service, but you would just select which items you want to have the IP protection for, and then you go forward and you get the summary, and you can do it. It's right now it's $50 for 10 years to protect your IP for 10 years. So you can see that. So that's very easy to do as well. And you can connect all of your social accounts, and not only connect your social accounts for your main profile, I'll go back to Medina, but you can connect social accounts for specific images. So if I go back to Medina's profile, my 10-year-old grandson has no social accounts, so that's why I didn't connect any. He's too young for that. But you can see here, Medina has it connected to her Instagram account right here. And this is connection to her general Instagram account from her profile, but she can also connect it from a particular image. So if I go back to Igor, let me go back to Igor, let me go back here. That's OpenSea Igor, let me go back to, sorry. Let me go back to Igor here. And you can see on this particular painting, you can actually connect to a social media account for this particular work of art. So here, if I go to social media, I'm actually going to Instagram posts for that particular item. So it's a great way to connect to other content you have for each particular work of art. So that's that video I showed you before, but here it is on Instagram. So really, when you think about, many artists are using a product like Linktree. This can be like Linktree on steroids, because not only can you have all of your links here, but you can have all of your art and manage your collection, create your NFTs. All of those things are capable right here from within ID.art. So that's a pretty detailed demonstration of most of the features of ID.art. We're launching this with both a free plan and a pro plan. So you'll be able to get a lot of these features for free. And then if you want to add more items and do more things, you can use the pro plan too. So this is alive now in beta. So you can go right now to ID.art and check it out. The other thing we have is there's the whole community section. So if you'd like to be listed in the community section, you can be featured here. So we feature some of our artists here. And then we also have the gallery, which just has a mixture of artworks that are available from all the different artists. So you can see some of the great artwork that's already been uploaded to ID.art, and each of these artists are using it to manage their artwork online. So pretty robust platform, and I'm happy to be able to have given you a little demonstration of it here. Now I'll go back to the beginning here and share some. Let's see, it's still sharing. There we go. It should be going. There's a slight delay. You should be able to see my screen in a minute, which has the web address for art.art, which is our main website, where there's a lot of information about .art. As I mentioned earlier, we have a flagship store at get.art, and that comes with the free website builder. Our ID.platform is available right now in beta, so you can sign up for free at ID.art. If you need help, you can reach us at info@art.art. And I know we have a number of people here from Russia, so I want to give a shout out to our partner in Russia, which is RU Center, which you can get to at www.nic.ru. So you can register in Russia and pay in rubles, and everything's great. And then, of course, if you want to give some love back to Anna and thank her for this great webinar, if you go to get.art and if you use the code TATCHERS, TATCHERS, you can get a first year free standard domain or 50% off a premium domain. So use the code TATCHERS over at get.art. So with that, I'm going to end my part. And then Anna, I know you want to say a few words and present some things. Sorry I went long, but I wanted to give you guys a complete introduction to ID.art as well. Thanks, Anna. I'll stop sharing now and give it back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. It was really very, very interesting. I guess that participants of this webinar who are, let me just name, okay, we have 40% artists in the group of those who were registered. We have art managers, we have galleries, we have startups, art startups, we have designers, we have representatives of art community, community managers for art communities, we have curators, we have producers, we have brand and marketing managers, and we have different technical specialists who are working with artists. So guys, from this presentation, you can actually see how to use these features and .art professionally, because we are all speaking about how to do our work professional way. So you can see that everything is possible, and almost everything is for free. And I want to show you how I use our domains in my daily work. Just a moment. I will share my screen, and I will start from my personal website. Yep. Yeah, for example, for me as an art professional, was important not only to have my website for teachers, I will show it later, but also my personal portfolio. And here I can show our geography projects that we ever did in our life, and what actually I do for many, many years, like Biennale trips, like special press conferences, projects in different parts of the world, working with .art, of course. And we do a lot of projects with Dos Islas Studios here in Ecuador. We made a beautiful project that was called Media Innovation, and it's already 10 years old. We are supporting and developing art and social impact group, and I will also share website of this initiative. I work with Arte Laguna Prize. This is the Italian contemporary art prize that takes place in the same area of Biennale di Venezia. Art Ambassadors Association, that many of you are already acquainted with. The Origins of Color, big exhibition that was the continuation of the project that we did in Galapagos Islands, under the water, working with underwater volcano. Antarctic Biennale, my interviews, some of my educational programs, and all this information I can collect here. Maybe something related to teachers, maybe something not related to teachers. And for me as an art professional, it is absolutely crucial to have one place where I can explain what I'm doing, how I'm living, and what I'm dedicating my time to. I have here my social networks, I have here my contacts, everything is connected. So it is very, very useful for me as an art professional. Not only artists can have a portfolio website. Then, for example, for some special art projects, we do separated websites because it is not enough space in initial basic website. So here you can see our Dark Paradise project that is related to corals. It is also based on .art. So in this sense, we can show our audience that it is not only scientific project, research project, but it is also related to art, because all that we are doing in crazy places of the world, we are like transforming to art. So it's like one of the examples. Then of course, Teachers is based on art. And here you can see already, okay, my portfolio and Dark Paradise project were made on this free site builder. And this one is made on Tilde, but it is also on .art. Just to show you different ways to use .art domains. And here we have also a list of our project, geography. We have a beautiful section that is called journal, where we are posting interviews with different projects that we are collaborating with. And that is Tilde. Also, you can take your domain on .art, but also make your very simple website on Google. And it is also very simple if you prefer this. And this is Art and Social Impact Group. Maybe you also want to join it. And I want to show you some different portfolio websites to see how free site builder is working. So you can see this black one, very laconic, very beautiful website, and it is made with art. Yeah, this amazing, beautiful, and I guess you don't need more than 2 hours of your time to make it, or it can be like that, very elegant, white with the beautiful font and very beautiful images. Yeah, I really consider it very beautiful. Or for example, this template can be also built on free site builder, and you have here the list of your artworks with names, with descriptions to every artwork, or like that. And yes, I want to show you how it works. And you go to get art, you choose the language that you prefer. They have a lot of languages to use. So you, for example, your name is, I don't know, Elena Garcia, and you want to get your domain for your portfolio website. You go and search if it is already, if it is free, or some Elena Garcia already booked it for her. So you can find, okay, it is free. That is cool. Here you can see the, let's say, the normal price. You jump to buy now, and then you go, yeah, and you wait little bit. Yeah, and here you can see summary, and you can put the promo code teachers. I will ask my colleagues also put this promo code in chat, so you can just copy it and paste when you will go to get art, and you can see that grand total is 0. And for example, if you are in Russia, okay, we understand that the situation is quite complicated, so you go to this website, and here still you have very good discount on the .art domain names. So you can do it easily, and I actually really want to share this information with you, because if you are an artist, if you are an art professional, you need to do things professionally. I underline this. And you will get this record of this webinar to have possibility to go through it once again, to go step by step by the instructions that Jeff was showing you. And you can see that the possibilities, the opportunities, the features, much more that that you were seeing here during this webinar. Okay, we have some questions. Let's see. Okay, yeah, promo code teachers, you have it in your chat. Is it possible to pay via crypto? Jeff, what do you think?
It's not possible today, but it will be shortly. So we're actually adding that at get.art, and also I think through id.art you may be able to do it. But if you're interested in paying by crypto, just contact us and we can probably arrange it on the side, even if not directly. So that should be fine. So if you email info@art.art and let us know the domain you're interested in, we can set that up so you'd be able to pay for it in crypto.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff. Yes, we are looking forward, because a lot of people already using crypto as a first currency that they use in their life. So it would be very, very useful thing. Okay, guys, if you have more questions, more specific questions, please write them in the chat, or just raise your hand and ask us. And meanwhile, I also will leave contacts for technical help if you will need it.
Someone has their hand up, I think.
Yeah, Dora, please.
Yes.
Hi, can you hear me okay? Well, looks like you can based on the mic. Thank you for the lovely presentations, first of all. And I really have to say this webinar came just at the right moment for me. I'm in the process of building a website for a client, and I'm actually very interested in combining maybe the .art domain that I will possibly buy to get that website sorted out, and combining it with an id.art account.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being, I would like to manage certificates of authenticity, but have a website separate to an id.art platform. So what I wanted to ask is whether that is actually possible. I get the impression that they are two separate platforms and that I can make a .art website on any platform, using any website builder. So is that correct?
Yes. So there's several things you can do. So number one, you could use id.art as your portfolio website, and
Okay.
you can still control whether you make those certificates of authenticity publicly available or not. You just have them to give to people when they buy the work. So you can do that, and you can connect your domain. So if you had doradorado.art or whatever, dora.art, you can connect that to your id.art profile. Or you can have them both exist at the same time, meaning you can have Dora.art, set up a separate website using whatever website builder you want, and have Dora.id.art as your .id.art account, and have all the features and functionality, and you can link to each other. You can link one to the other, etc. So you can do it either way. It depends on what you want to do.
Lovely. And if you don't mind, another kind of sub question, it's a separate question, but I was actually looking at Anna's website and a few others using Google PageSpeed to see what the SEO scores would be, and how those might impact visibility online, because you do seem fairly marketing oriented and very tech aware. So what are your experiences in terms of just the general SEO of websites built on the .art domain? Well, not on the .art domain, but more specifically using your AI website builder.
You know that I'm not a technical person, but what I can see from the numbers of visitors that I get from Anna Shvets.art and Teachers.art and Dark Paradise Project.art, they are very good for me. I'm satisfied with the numbers. People who are looking for art management services or for my name, they will definitely find it. So I wouldn't be a third page somewhere there on Google search. I will be on the first list, and that works for me. And also that works for me that it doesn't take me a lot of time to update it. Just like 2 minutes, I did a new project, I put it there, so it is already there. So what we are suffering from, like art managers, like producers, we don't have time. So we need some solutions, very simple. 2 minutes and go, 2 minutes and go. So actually for me, it works really well. And also you as an art professional, the person who takes care of artists, can understand that. For example, we have, I don't know, 10 artists, and they are all suffering the problem. They don't have a portfolio website. Okay. And finally you tell, okay, without any money, I will build it for you. Just send me texts, send me photos, and 1 hour, and you will have this website already prepared for exhibition opening, for some online event or something. So for us also as art professionals, it is important not to spend a lot of time and a lot of money. So that is why I continue to work with .art, and I will continue to do it in the future.
And just to add on the SEO question, Dora, so obviously Google does not release how their algorithms work, but anecdotally we see that because .art has meaning and context, Google does seem to reach across the dot, so to speak. So if someone is searching for Dora artist or Dora art or somewhere where the word art is part of the search term, the .art domain is definitely going to come to the top of the search and be one of the top organic searches. Yeah, because they seem to be reading the search term across the dot. So it definitely helps in SEO.
Lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dora. Colleagues, we have some questions that we received during the registration process. And Jeff, let's see these questions. How to build art network using social media? I guess this question is for us both. What do you suggest?
Well, I'll let you, since this is part of your business to advise artists on this matter, I'll let you go first. That's fine, Anna.
Okay, what I always suggesting it is that on Facebook, on LinkedIn, that is quite underestimated by artists. I don't know why. but a lot of arty people, art professionals, they're based on LinkedIn nowadays. So what I really suggest to go to LinkedIn to registrate your profile, to registrate profile of your art institution, art gallery, and join all the art professional groups and communities that are existing there. The same for Facebook, and a lot of intense, very intense work on Instagram, because it is still, according to digital trends of this year, it is still the most important social network for visual arts and so on. So LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, you should be really very, very intense on in good sense there. And Jeff already told you how to connect your Instagram to your website. And that is the option for those who are not ready to build any website, who just want to be visible online. That is very good option. You just put your name, .art, reservate your domain name, and link it to your Instagram account. That can be really like easy to manage on daily basis. That are my suggestions. Yeah. So the next question will be about costs for .art domains. We saw already that it is like $12-13 for regular
Yeah.
Mhm.
For regular. So as you saw when Anna demonstrated, so there's standard domains and there are premium domains. So the standard domain right now, the cost typically is around $12, $13, $14, depending on the registrar, for that first year. And of course, if you go to get.art and use Anna's code, Tatchers, you can get that first year for free for a standard domain. Then there are premium names, and premium names are typically dictionary words, words that have particular meaning, or phrases that have particular meaning in the art world. And those are going to be higher priced primarily just for the first year. And then the renewal is a little bit higher than the standard renewal. So premium names for .art are actually quite affordable. So we have many premium names that are as low as $70. There might be a premium name for $400, $1,000, but that's a one-time fee. Then the renewals for premium names currently are about $40 per year. So a little bit higher than the standard renewal, but very affordable. So that's the difference between standard and premium names. And again, with Anna's code Tatchers at get.art, if the name you want happens to be a premium name, you can get 50% off that first year price. So if it was a $400 domain, you can get it for $200.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, really, guys, you should think about what names you will need for your future projects. Not only your name, like your name.art, but also if you work on some startup, if you work on some project that needs to be presented like separately from your website, that need more space to be presented properly. Think about it. Reservate these domain names, because they like hot, very good domain names. They are really very in demand. The next question is how to elevate my art career using .art. Maybe .art community that is more than 250,000 already internationally. What do you suggest, Jeff?
Yeah. Well, I think, that was the whole theme of the presentation today. I think the first step is just by choosing to use a .art domain, you're elevating your career, because you are stating publicly and professionally and with authenticity that you are an artist, right? You have that .art domain that adds value to you as an artist. It's not just any domain name, it's the domain name that declares that you are active in the art world and taking it seriously. So that's step one to elevate your career. Then I think all of these tools we talked about, ID.art gives you the opportunity to very easily create professional certificates of authenticity, as Dora was referring to. So now your artwork is not just paintings and stuff you've done, but it comes with that certificate of authenticity, which again elevates your art. And that goes for all of the different functions, whether it's backing up your IP protection on the blockchain, whether it's using NFTs and sharing your art in different platforms, testing the waters in these new digital platforms. And as Anna referred to, taking advantage of some of the things that we do to support .art in the community. So, by being part of this community, you'll elevate. This is Olvi Kazimov, actually the founder of .art and the father the father of the talented artist I was sharing her artwork with you before.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Ulvi. Can you share something?
Yeah. It's, glad to see you again. Thank you guys for coming. A couple words about how to elevate your career. So there are endless number of combination. I just got, for example, we have some professional art-oriented .art collection, as Jeff mentioned, for example, Porsche or Mercedes-Benz .art. So this website, it's a digital space, digital gallery for that particular brand. But actually in the list of registered trademarks, 60 plus thousands of different brands and trademarks. And because of internet and domain rules, all of them are free on the market now. And actually, I'm not encouraging you by squatting somebody names, but this is actually it's a challenge, but in the same time, it's very good opportunity. For example, if you have some idea how to give some thoughts and forms to encourage a particular brand having .art name with the website, you can get it, you can create it, and then sell it to company. Actually, it gives a very good course to link personally to that brand in their art activity. But this is just one idea, so it's the number of ideas, it's endless actually, and then many of them we're getting just continuously from the market.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, Ovi.
Very smart idea, very smart advice, guys. If you are more like business oriented, you can do it.
And also corporate collections, just Ovi mentioned that, as artists, that's an area that people don't necessarily think about, but actually businesses may want to buy your art, not just people who want to buy it for their homes and not just galleries, but many businesses are potential customers for you. We did a webinar. Also, another area to elevate your art is in magazine covers. We did a webinar, and you can find the recording on our YouTube channel. And we had a guest speaker, Dean Faylis, who's the editor-in-chief of Museum Magazine. And he talked about he often picks up-and-coming artists and their artwork to be on the cover of Museum Magazine. And that's terrific exposure. And he's actually used some .art artists on the cover of Museum Magazine. So that's another opportunity. So again, within the .art community, there are many opportunities for you to expand your reach and influence and hopefully sales of your art as well. Thank you everyone for staying with us. I know we went over an hour, but this is a lot of information to share and hopefully information that you all found very valuable.
I have already put the YouTube channel for .art web in our chat, so you can go there to see interviews, to see some instructions, guidelines, how to use free site builder, and so on. So yeah, absolutely. We have more questions. For example, what is the added business value of having such a domain? Okay.
Well, I think we talked about that. The added value is number one. It makes it very clear that you are connected to the art world, right? When people are searching the SEO value, they're going to find you and know that you're not just they know that you're the artist or the person connected to the art world because you have that .art domain. It becomes that kind of official moniker for you in the art world. There's SEO value, as we talked about. Business value. It's also very memorable. One of the things that's most important for your business and for marketing is to be remembered, to be easy for people to find you. And when you have that .art domain, it's very easy for people to remember the name that you've chosen and easier for them to find you. So that's very important. Really, if you're in the art world, having that .art domain has tremendous value in all those levels. It's value for your identity. It's valuable for SEO and marketing from being short and easy to remember, and the SEO benefits I talked about. So for all of those reasons, there's a lot of value to using a .art domain, and you have access to some of the tools and services that we make available.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the last questions, I think, how would you think this can help an artist manager that works with communities, educational institutions, and others help to stabilize their work, continue supporting cultural process given the work is unpredictable? Yeah, absolutely agree with you. And I think that from my perspective, from my point of view, when I see some artist or some gallery or some art institution that is not .com or .info something, that is .art, I can see that people there like very conscious about where, in which field they are working and what professionally they want to achieve. So absolutely recommended, because as Jeff already mentioned, it is a great network, and I, in my experience, had these very cool cases when we are like Teachers Arts Management, we're contacting other agency, other such company in some different part of the world, saying, hey guys, we are also .art, let's collaborate, let's work together. Or some museum contacting .art museum being also .art. It is like, it's being in the same group, in the same community, and it is very helpful in working internationally. That is quite complicated now, but it is still possible, and I want to encourage you to use this opportunity.
No, I was just saying, you already pointed out, as an artist manager, you can actually leverage .art and the website builder to help the artists that you manage quickly create portfolio websites, and you don't have to be a developer or a designer to be able to do a great portfolio. But also, if you're working with communities and educational institutions, we have a number of our ambassadors in that area. We can work with you so you can present the code to that community or institution so that all of their members can get that first year free domain and take advantage of that website builder. So if it happens to be a school or an institution, so there's a number of ways that you can act as part of our ambassador program to support larger institutions besides just individual artists. So we're happy to work with you on that as well. And from a social good perspective, I talked earlier about the healing powers of art and how important that is to us. And that's also very important to institutions and communities. And so, you can share the fact that when they are supporting .art and working with you on .art, they're also supporting that important initiative to spread the word about the healing powers of art. And in fact, we're actually putting together a short documentary on the topic. So if you have a story about how art has helped you with your wellness, your healing, your mental health, you feel free to reach out to me or to info@art.art, and we may be interested in sharing your story as part of our documentary. So there's a number of different ways we can help you with institutions. And there are many institutions that use .art. The Munson School of Art and Museum in upstate New York rebranded about 2 years ago to Munson.art. And we have a case study on them on our website, but it was really valuable for them because they, first of all, they had a very long name to begin with, because it was like the Munson School of Art and Museum, blah, 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 blah. And it was long name. So they were able to shorten their name, but shorten it in a way that didn't remove the fact that they were art related, because Munson.art now encompasses both the museum and the school, and they use it in all of their advertising. There's some great pictures of buses and signs and bus stop signs, all promoting Munson.art. So institutions can benefit just like individuals can benefit from using a .art domain.
Yeah, thank you, Jeffrey, very much. In our chat, I'm sending, once again, if you need technical help, you can address to this email or to this link. And if you have questions regarding your promotion via .art or promo code or something else, or some ideas that you have, or some help in maybe making conceptual part of your website interesting, also you can contact me on Anna teachers.art. And thank you very much to all those who find who had find space and time for this webinar to assist. And thank you very much, Jeffrey and .art, for this possibility to learn more about possibilities, opportunities, features of .art, ID art, and how we can really be more professional in art field. Thank you very much, Ulvi, also for being with us. And guys, I wish you all.
Thank you, Anna. It's my pleasure.
Thank you, Ulvi.
Thank you, Anna, for organizing it, and thank you everyone for listening. And you can always reach me if you wanted to ask me any questions personally. Jeff@art.art is my email. I'm happy to receive messages from you as well, and hope you found this information useful. And Anna will share the recording so you can review the pieces that were of interest to you. And Anna, thank you so much for being one of our ambassadors and for organizing this terrific opportunity to speak to your community today.
Great. Thank you very much. And hope to see you soon on .art and during our events of Teachers Arts Management. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.